Well, regular season is now over. And looking at this past season, we can clearly identify now several weaknesses that most teams will likely try to fix at the draft.
Now that Joe Judge is out, I do wonder what the quarterback situation may end up evolving into.
With the NFL regular season over, and so is the 2021 college football season following Georgia's national championship victory. With the order for the first 18 picks of the draft locked in, we have plenty of changes in our latest mock. So let's get right into it. Number 1. Jacksonville Jaguars. Evan Neal. We had the Jaguars taking a pass rusher in previous mock drafts, but it became more and more evident over time that Trevor Lawrence doesn't have much of a chance behind this Jacksonville offensive line. The Jaguars could always test their luck in free agency or in the trade market, but they won't regret taking a 5-star prospect like Alabama offensive tackle Evan Neal. The Jaguars have their franchise QB. Their main priority should be protecting him. Neal would be a big help in that regard. Number 2. Detroit Lions. Aiden Hutchinson. With few sure things in this draft, the Lions should simply take the best player available, rather than focus on a specific need. Michigan defensive end Aiden Hutchinson would be a nice fit in Motown. His game suits what Dan Campbell wants his Lions to be, a scrappy, feisty, physically imposing team that makes you earn every yard. Number 3. Houston Texans. Kayvon Thibodeau. Youngsters Roy Lopez and 2021 breakout star Jonathan Grenard are two building blocks for that front seven. But hey, why not add another? Thibodeau is a no-brainer here for Houston. They have holes all over that roster. They should be thankful to get the stud pass rusher in the 3-hole, seeing how many consider him to be a number 1 pick. Number 4. New York Jets. Derek Stingley Jr. The Jets hired a defensive-minded head coach in Robert Saleh last year, and they finished last in both yards allowed and points allowed. That's awfully disappointing. New York has to go defense here. The secondary is lacking any capable lockdown corners, but Derek Stingley Jr. would change that. His skill set alone can help the Jets defense turn things around in 2022 and beyond. Number 5. New York Giants. Tyler Linderbaum. It doesn't matter who their quarterback is, the New York Giants will never be a winning team with their current offensive line. Iowa center Tyler Linderbaum is a dream addition for the Giants. He is the best offensive lineman in this draft, right after Evan Neal. His elite run blocking might just help Saquon Barkley regain his Pro Bowl form. And if Daniel Jones is still around, maybe Linderbaum helps him break out too. Number 6. Carolina Panthers, Kenyon Green. The Panthers' excellent performance on defense in 2021 was completely nullified by an inept offense. It all starts with the atrocious offensive line that allowed 52 sacks. Sure, it's easy to blame Sam Darnold and Cam Newton for the poor offensive play, but it's hard to be effective when you have no time to throw the ball. For Carolina, the smart call would be to take the best offensive lineman available. It probably won't be Neal, and if Linderbaum is off the board, they have to go Green. Number 7. New York Giants from Chicago Bears. Kyle Hamilton. The secondary is far from the main weakness on this flawed Giants roster, but a Swiss Army knife safety like Kyle Hamilton is not somebody you pass on if he's available here. Hamilton's size and frame allow him to match up with just about any pass catcher in the NFL, including tight ends. He is a grade A cover man who disrupts plays all over the field. This is the type of guy that the G-Men could really use right now. Number 8. Atlanta Falcons. George Karlaftis. Atlanta may feel inclined to take a quarterback here, and we wouldn't hate that decision. But the defense has 0 true playmakers outside of cornerback AJ Terrell. It's time to address this side of the ball. No Falcon player had 5 or more sacks in 2021, and the team finished 27th against the run. How can they expect to compete for the postseason with a front 7 like that? Purdue defensive end George Karlaftis would give this team one capable game wrecker in the trenches. If Grady Jarrett bounces back in 2022, suddenly Atlanta would have a scary good defensive line. Number 9. Denver Broncos. Matt Corral. Corral isn't the best draft prospect available here, but quarterback remains the number 1 need for the Broncos. So hey, why not address it? Corral is no sure thing, but he is at least an upgrade over Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock. With a deep set of skill position guys on offense, Corral would hopefully grow into the reliable starting quarterback that Denver has been searching for since Peyton Manning's retirement. Number 10, New York Jets from Seattle Seahawks. DeMarvin Leal may as well keep adding to the league's worst defense in 2021. While Stingley would shore up the secondary, bringing in a defensive end of Leal's caliber would add more explosiveness to the front seven. Quinnen Williams is already a nice building block to start with. Pair him with Leal, and the Jets will have themselves a very formidable pass rushing duo. Bottom line, doubling down on defense should be an easy call for the Jets. Number 11, Washington football team. Malik Willis. Last time Washington took a chance on a quarterback in the first round, well, it didn't pay off. The football team has a good set of playmakers on both sides of the ball, especially defense. It's only the lack of strong quarterback play that's holding this team back. Ron Rivera's run-heavy offense would benefit from the addition of Malik Willis. He will likely take time to develop as a passer, but he can at least provide a jolt in the running game right away. Number 12, Minnesota Vikings, Charles Cross. The Garrett Bradbury pick hasn't panned out. Regardless of whether or not Kirk Cousins is here in 2022, the Vikings cannot expect to return to postseason contention with this weak pass protection group. Charles Cross would be a nice compliment who had a solid rookie year in the Gopher State. Number 13, Cleveland Browns, Garrett Wilson. Odell Beckham Jr. is gone and Jarvis Landry isn't a true number one wideout anymore. If the Browns hope to see Baker Mayfield bounce back, they better upgrade the group around him. Wilson's deep threat game would add another element to this Cleveland offense. Number 14, Baltimore Ravens, KAIIR ELAM. Injuries to Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey exposed the Ravens' lack of depth in the secondary. Plus, you can never have too many great cover corners in today's pass-happy league. And adding ELAM, who's a top-tier cover man, would give Baltimore the best cornerback trio in the NFL. Number 15, Philadelphia Eagles from Miami Dolphins, Chris Olave. The Eagles are a playoff team, and yet they still get to enjoy the luxury of 3 first-round picks, while the Dolphins and Indianapolis Colts watch the postseason from home. The Eagles' offense is already a well-oiled rushing machine led by Jalen Hurts. Devonta Smith is a rising superstar, and Dallas Goedert is the new star tight end in Philly. But wouldn't it be nice to add another explosive pass catcher to help this offense reach a new level of greatness? Enter Chris Olave, whose lightning-quick speed and deep threat game would fit nicely with Hurts' ability to extend the play. Number 16, Philadelphia Eagles from Indianapolis Colts, Ahmad Gardner. The Eagles already have one of the league's better secondaries, led by veteran Pro Bowler Darius Slay. But in today's NFL, you can never have too many great corners. Cincinnati's Ahmad Gardner was one of the nation's top corners in 2021. Putting this ball hawk next to Slay will surely help them in their battles with Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. Number 17, Los Angeles Chargers, Jordan Davis. The Chargers were by far the best team to miss out on the postseason in 2021. They can mostly blame a defense that gave up far too many explosive plays and finished 30th against the run. The main goal for 2022? Rebuild a defensive line and supporting cast around Joey Bosa. Georgia defensive tackle Jordan Davis isn't much of a pass rusher, but he is a world-class run stopper, arguably the best in that department among all 2022 draft prospects. Davis is exactly the type of player the Chargers could have used in 2021. Number 18, New Orleans Saints, Jameson Williams. Finding a starting quarterback is the Saints' main priority, but they also need to find a capable wideout to help out Thomas and Alvin Kamara. We would love to see what Sean Payton could do with the Alabama wideout Jameson Williams. He was one of the most unstoppable red zone weapons in the country last season. He suffered a torn ACL in the national championship game, but he is expected to make a full recovery. The Saints would be very wise to scoop him up here if he falls to them because of the injury. Number 19, Philadelphia Eagles, NAKOBE Dean. If there is one glaring weakness on the Eagles, it's the linebacker group. Only TJ Edwards is truly starting caliber there. Dean is a game changer in absolutely every aspect. He is one of the best cover linebackers in this class, and you need guys like that in today's NFL. He is a terror of a pass rusher as well, and his strong set of wheels allow him to disrupt plays sideline to sideline. Number 20, Pittsburgh Steelers, Kenny Pickett. With Ben Roethlisberger retiring, quarterback is the main need for the Steelers. They're set on defense and have more than enough skill position guys on offense. Pittsburgh product Kenny Pickett would be an enticing pick for the Steelers. He displayed remarkable accuracy and ball security in his final collegiate season. The Steelers wouldn't need to have him start right away. He just needs to manage the offense while continuing to develop. Number 21, New England Patriots, Roger McCreary. If the Patriots lose J.C. Jackson to free agency, cornerback automatically becomes the number one need. McCreary's ball-hawking talents would make him a special fit in this defense. Number 22, Miami Dolphins from San Francisco 49ers, EKWONU. Tua Tagovailoa was slightly better in his sophomore year, but we still wonder just how good he could be with a better offensive line. Taking the best lineman available should be a relatively easy call here, and in this case, we project that to be the 2021 Jacobs Blocking Award winner out of NC State. Number 23, Las Vegas Raiders, DEVIN LLOYD. The Raiders defense enjoyed a decent turnaround in year one under Gus Bradley. The secondary still needs work, but it's the linebacking group that is the most desperate for an upgrade. Utah linebacker DEVIN LLOYD sure would be a nice weapon to line up against Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert. He had 6 passes defended, 4 picks, and 8 sacks in his final college season. That sounds like the do-it-all linebacker that Vegas could use all right. Number 24, Arizona Cardinals, Trent McDuffie. The Cardinals fielded one of the NFL's best defenses in 2021. Still, they could use a quality cornerback to line up beside Byron Murphy. McDuffie is a top-tier coverman who should add a boost to whichever team lands him in 2022. For the Cardinals' sake, hopefully that's them. Number 25, Cincinnati Bengals, Trevor Penning. The Bengals don't regret taking Jamar Chase or Penei Sewell, but here's their chance to finally address the offensive line and give Joe Burrow the pass protection upgrade he truly needs. And taking the giant tackle out of Northern Iowa would go a long way towards helping their franchise quarterback remain upright. Penning and Jonah Williams can patrol this offensive line for years to come. Number 26, Buffalo Bills, David Ojabo. Buffalo had the NFL's best defense in 2021, but they could still use some help at linebacker. Adding Ojabo would address Buffalo's need for more physicality and pass rushing help at the second level of their D. Number 27, Detroit Lions from Los Angeles Rams, Drake London. Amon-Ra St. Brown, TJ Hawkinson, and DeAndre Swift round out a decent set of offensive weapons. But the Lions need another home run threat and a go-to guy on third downs. Adding Drake London might even help Jared Goff regain the Pro Bowl form we once saw in LA. Number 28, Dallas Cowboys, Drake Jackson. The Cowboys' turnaround on defense was one of the top stories of the 2021 season. But hey, why stop there? The versatile Jackson can play linebacker or defensive end. Just another fun weapon to add to Dan Quinn's defense. Number 29, Kansas City Chiefs, Jahan Dotson. McCole Hardman hasn't been able to fill that pivotal role alongside Tyreek Hill. Kansas City may as well try again with this pick. Penn State wideout Jahan Dotson had 12 touchdowns last season. His playmaking abilities in the red zone would sure open up more room for Hill and Travis Kelce. Number 30, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, TREYLON BURKS. Antonio Brown is gone, and Chris Godwin just might end up leaving in free agency. Looks like it's time to reload Tom Brady's weapons. If Tampa can't find replacements for Godwin on the open market, they can always turn to the receiver-heavy draft. TREYLON BURKS, who averaged 16.4 yards per catch in his 3 seasons at Arkansas, is tailor-made for Bruce Arians' no-risk-it, no-biscuit offense. Number 31, Tennessee Titans, Andrew Booth Jr. Yes, they used their 2021 first-rounder on cornerback Caleb Farley, who was limited to 3 games in his rookie year, but the Titans need all the cornerback help they can get if they're to continue competing with the other AFC heavyweights. Pairing Booth Jr. with Farley would go a long way towards improving a pass defense that is ranked inside the bottom 10 in 3 straight years. Number 32, Green Bay Packers, Travon Walker. The Packers are set in the secondary and on offense, assuming Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams return. That said, it'd be nice to see a little more pass rushing help from Za'Darius Smith and Preston Smith getting up there in age. Rashawn Gary emerged as a star in the pack in 2022. Pairing him with Walker would be unfair for a team that already has 0 major flaws. But who do you want your favorite NFL team to target in this year's draft? Join us in the comments section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.